Well, it's not a great lesson when you make 2 Korean pancakes and what else did I do? I made 2 Korean pancakes and something else. But it's not stuff that I usually do. But yeah, this lesson wasn't that great again. But I felt like I felt slightly better than I did last week. A little bit. I mean, it's a win there, just feeling a little bit better about it than I did last week. Yeah. I do feel like my confidence has been affected by last week still, and also reading stuff about how people don't have much faith with people that have dyslexia anyway. Fuck, man, you can't do it anyway. Just go to automatic. But my driving instructor was telling me that he's taught loads of people with dyslexia and dyspraxia, and they've been fine. They've been progressing. So I know all that stuff was bullshit anyway. I mean, if I'm gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it. But yeah, I guess it was reassuring to hear that. Yeah, I feel like this lesson just did not really go good. I don't really want to dwell on it, but I think doing these vlogs do help me sort of like accept what happened and move on from it, because you don't want to sort of, the only way you can get over a hump is to delete the memory out of your brain, is to accept what happened and then put it out of the back of your mind. I think that's where everyone wants to get to. Yeah, I thought there was a lot of stupid little mistakes and just not really concentrating very much. Almost ran over a guy on fucking walk pedestrian crossing. To be fair, I didn't think he was gonna cross. When I looked, he didn't look like he was crossing, but he was. But I didn't really react that fast because processing issues. So I don't really react as fast as I always want to. Then my driving instructor had to intervene. He had to intervene quite a lot this lesson. I mean, there was the usual things like getting too close to cars. Like I feel like the driver's seat should be in the middle. It should be in the middle because I can't see how close I'm getting to something on the left side because I'm not on that side there. But it is what it is. Yeah, just stuff like that. I feel like I intervened quite with one thing again, but I can't remember now. Clearly my Watching Love Island has deleted that. But yeah, it just wasn't that great. And then after that, drove back to the meeting place early, and I was thinking it's like 7:15. We're meant to finish at 7:50, so I know that 7:30. So I know that I was coming to have a lecture or give some kind of talk. And so he did. As per usual, I got really upset, cried, and I think I'm also trying to allow myself to be upset and allow myself to cry about these things because driving is a very stressful thing to me. It induces my anxiety. It triggers some things as well, such as obviously all my stuff to do with my dyslexia. So it's sort of having to face all these things and realize how they limit me. So sometimes I will get stressed, but I also don't think my driving instructor helps with the lectures. Like, I know that I'm hard on myself and I should be less hard on myself, and I need to think more positive thoughts about driving. Well, you know what, I'm fucking trying, but life isn't CBT. You can't just switch out the negative ones for the positive ones. It's all in the process, so ideally I would not want to have one of those prep talks again because, well, if I wanted therapy and prep talking, I would go to my therapist for that. So next time I does one of those, I will probably set that boundary, just because I don't really want mental health stuff and driving things mixing. I think mental health mixes and stuff already a lot in my life, and driving is just one of those things I really don't want to mix. I'm not going to get too stumped about this. You know, humps can last 2 lessons, 3 lessons, 4 lessons. I think the important thing for me is, despite those humps, is to keep going, Even if it's another bloody shit-ass lesson, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep turning up when I get that text from my driving instructor and he says, lesson at 6, Tinu-Chan, I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to get in that car and I'm going to drive it. And sometimes my brain is going to crash. Sometimes I'm going to get overwhelmed. Sometimes I'm going to get anxious. Sometimes I'm going to make these bloody stupid mistakes that I've been corrected about like 10 times. But we keep trying. Because sometimes, you know, the only way out of these humps is through. And dropping it all at this stage would really just be detrimental to me. I've come so far and I can't give up yet. And bumps across the journey are to be expected, especially when there's hurdles already there for you. So I'm just gonna keep going forward. I'm gonna be like, you know, one of those swordfishes. I'm just gonna keep going, cutting through this hump that I'm experiencing, and just, yeah, keep going. And anyone else who's experiencing a driving hump and just not having great driving lesson or driving lessons, plural, we can get through this hump together. Like, maybe next week, maybe the week after, you're going to have another good lesson. And then you're going to realize, oh, maybe I'm not as shit at this thing as I usually am. And as I think I am. And I'm actually okay at it. And you will have that realization. Sometimes, as I said before, it's sometimes the only way is through. So yeah, we'll see how next week goes. I'm just gonna try and chill out and relax and just be like, you know, it is what it is. Crap lesson next week. Next week we go. But yeah, I hope that you have a good lesson this week, and if you've had one already, I hope it went well. And I will be seeing you again next week. Bye.